Okay, so I have your worksheet in front of me, and we'll just go through these sentences together. So the first thing I'm always going to do is I'm going to check for any articles. There are only 3 articles in the English language. They're a, an, and the. An is different than and. And is a conjunction. An is an article. Anytime you see an article, you're just going to slash them like this. All they do is tell us that a noun is coming up. Okay, so let me read the first sentence. It says, on the plaza, a guitarist sang for Victor and me. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take out any articles. I see the and I see a. They're telling me that nouns are coming. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to search for any prepositions. You can use your preposition list that I printed for you. I see on, so I'm going to mark that as a preposition. And I see for. Now, for is one of those words that it's part of the fanboys that you see up here, but it's very, very rare that you're ever going to use for as a fanboy. Most of the time, for is going to be used as a preposition. To tell the difference, if you can replace it with because, then it's used as a fanboy. If you can't replace it with because, it doesn't make sense, it's being used as a preposition. So in this sentence, on the plaza, a guitarist sang because Victor and me, that doesn't make sense. So it's not being used as a fanboy here, it's being used as a preposition. And I would say about 99% of the time when you see for, it's going to be used as a preposition. When it's used as a conjunction, it would be a sentence like, I ate a sandwich for I was hungry. And we just don't talk like that anymore. Okay, so I've got for is a preposition and on is a preposition. Next, I'm going to look for any conjunctions. Any of these fanboys, and we know that for is not one in this sentence, but and is. So I'm going to go ahead and circle that. That means I've got 2 of something. Okay, so now I'm going to find the objects of the preposition. To find the object of the preposition, read the sentence, stop at the preposition, and ask what or who. On what or who? On the plaza. I'm going to close my prepositional phrase there. On the plaza, guitarist sang for what or who? He sang for Victor, and he sang for me. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look for my subject and my verb. My subject is always going to be who or what is doing something. Who or what did something in this sentence? It was a guitarist. That's my simple subject. What did he do? He sang. That's my verb, my simple predicate. I would also check this sentence for any words that were on my verb list as words that were always verbs, like am, is, are, was, were, be, being, been, have, has, had, do, does, did. That list that I posted earlier in the year. All right. Now the question says, indicate what is being joined, phrases or objects. I can have noun phrases, I can have verb phrases, I could have prepositional phrases that are being joined. In this sentence, I have Victor and I have me, and they're both objects of the preposition. So on the line, I'm going to write, I'm joining objects with that conjunction. On your Google form, it's going to ask you on number 1, what is being joined, and you're going to mark, it's going to give you the choice between phrases and objects. You're going to mark objects. All right, number 2, I made a sandwich for my sister and my brother. So I'm going to check for any articles first and cross those out. Then I'm going to check for any prepositions. And I see for again. I made a sandwich because my sister and my brother. It's not being used as a conjunction because it doesn't make sense to say because. So I know that for is being used as a preposition there. All right, and then I'm going to check for any conjunctions. And I see and again. And then I'm going to find the object of the preposition. I made a sandwich for what or who? For my sister and for my brother. Anytime I have and in that prepositional phrase, I have to check and see if there's another object. All right, then I'm going to look for any words that are always verbs, like am, is, are, was, were, be, being, been, have, has, had, do, does, did. Like, check that whole list. I don't see any. So I'm ready to find my subject and my verb. To find my subject, I'm going to ask who or what is doing something, and I am the one who's doing something. That's my subject. I'm going to ask to find my verb. What is it that I'm doing? I made. So this is my verb. And then the question asks me, what is being joined? I've got two objects to the preposition. So what is being joined are objects. So again, I'd go to my Google form. On number 2, when it asks you what's being joined, I would say objects. All right, now look at number 3. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check for articles, and I've got the and the. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look for prepositions. I've got up, I've got down, and I've got around. The next thing I'll do is check for conjunctions, fanboys. The only one I see is and. And then I am ready to find the objects of the preposition. We rode our bikes up what? Up the mountain. We rode our bikes up the mountain down what? Down the trails. And we rode our bikes around what? Around the park. Then I check for any words that are always verbs, and I don't have any. Remember, if it's a prepositional phrase, your subject and verb cannot be in it. And then I'm going to look for my subject by asking who or what did something. We did. That's my subject. I'm going to underline it once. What did we do? We rode. I'm going to underline that twice. That's my verb. Now, it asks me what is being joined. I have a prepositional phrase, and another prepositional phrase. I'm not joining any objects. I'm joining prepositional phrases here. So I'm going to put phrases on the line. And on my Google form, on number 3, it's going to ask me what's being joined, phrases or objects or phrases, and I'm going to click phrases. All right, you're going to do the rest of that worksheet on your own. If it is easier for you to print it out and do it, that's perfectly fine. Make sure that you complete the Google form. That's where I'm getting your grade for the day. You can, if you print this out and you want to take a picture of it, that's perfectly fine to submit it like that. All right, have a great day. Email me if you have any questions. Bye-bye.